If you are codependent and it goes undetected, it is a fact that you will never be truly, genuinely happy. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you my journey through codependency, what codependency is, how to detect it, and then to give you some real hope for the future. My name is Candice Bester from Grit Grow, and excitedly I bring you the 8th episode of our Grit Community series. Thank you so much to the people who have joined and have referred people. Our group is growing so beautifully, and it's because of you, and I'm truly grateful. Codependency, which you might not know, is a 12-step program, and it is very similar to the 12 steps of NA and AA. Yep, it has been tried and tested and has helped millions of people over the years. You attend meetings, you find a sponsor, you work through the steps, and ultimately you recover and you deal with your life. It sounds scary, but it's not. It's not your fault. It's nothing to be shameful of, and it's nothing to hide away from. In actual fact, if you are watching this video and you've got into this part of the video, it's time to get excited, because this has been my biggest gift. I came across the concept of codependency probably around 9 years ago, and at the time I did a quiz and it just hit me between the eyes. I was like, holy poop, I am codependent. I didn't know that there was a program. I didn't know that there was support. So I just chugged along for another 4 or 5 years, until life came along and beat me down to the ground, and it became so unmanageable, and it felt like the harder I tried, the worse it got. And I think the biggest thing for me was I was relying on medication. So anxiety, depression, medication to help me sleep. And I would have moments of happiness, but the real feeling that I felt most of the time was regret for either losing my temper or exhausted for running around and doing everything for everybody, being everything to everybody, and then feeling completely unloved and unappreciated. It was an absolute horrible place to live. And then after a nervous breakdown and some time in hospital and moving into a brand new place, my very dear friend sent me a link to go onto a codependency. The abbreviation for codependency is CODA, a meeting, and it was in that meeting that I just bawled my eyes out. It was like, I know that this is the answer to my prayers. And so fast forward 4 years later, I have done the 12 steps, through working with an amazing sponsor, and I myself now have 4 people that I am sponsoring, and there isn't a week that goes by that I'm not grateful for CODA in my life. It has changed my life, which has just changed my relationships. My children have benefited, my loved ones have benefited, my work has benefited. It has just been such a huge gift. So what is codependency? Well, codependency is a disease that deteriorates the soul. It affects our personal lives, our families, our children, friends, and relatives, our businesses, our careers, our health, and our spiritual growth. It is debilitating, and if left untreated, causes us to become more destructive to ourselves and others. Somewhere along the line, we learned to doubt our perceptions and discount our feelings and overlook our needs. We looked to others to tell us what to think and feel and how to behave. Other people supplied us with information about who we were and who we should be. It became more important to be compliant rather than authentic, and we adopted rigid beliefs about how things should be. We believed that if we just got it right, then everything would be okay. But when we got it wrong, our sense of security and self-worth evaporated. How can you detect if you are codependent? So, am I codependent is the question for you. Well, I'm going to go through a whole lot of questions now, and if 2 or 3 of these resonate with you, I'm going to ask that you follow the next steps at the end of this video. So stick with me and find a quiet space, listen to the question, and then just tell yourself yes or no, or yes or no. Is your self-esteem largely dependent upon other people liking you? Do you harbor self-pity or resentment towards yourself or others? Do you prefer to focus on others rather than yourself? Do you struggle to say no? Are you a people pleaser? When you start to feel anxious, do you try to control the feelings and behaviors of other people? Do you believe that you are responsible for other people's feelings? Would you say that your needs come second to everybody else's? Do you struggle to hold or maintain healthy boundaries in your relationships? Do you have a pattern of getting into unhealthy relationships? Do you find yourself unable to remember great chunks of your childhood? Do you become dissociated or daydream when strong emotions are being expressed? Do you tend to fly off the handle and dump your anger on others? Do you tend to repress your anger and cover it up with a smile? Do you feel embarrassed and ashamed to cry in front of others? Do you minimize your feelings? Do you experience depression, panic attacks, anxiety? Do you feel like your emotions are out of control? Do you feel uncomfortable when others express their strong emotions? Are you reliant on any substance or vice or behavior to escape your current reality or to make you feel better or to numb your feelings? So whether that's medication or a drink or, I don't know, gymming, it really is anything. I know gymming sounds like a healthy addiction, but in excess, any addiction is not healthy. Has there been any form of abuse in your family of origin or in any previous relationships? Are you a caretaker? In other words, do you do more than your fair share? Do you or your family have a large investment in looking good? So there they are right there. There's many, many more, but if any of those resonated with you, hang tight. I'm going to be telling you what the next steps are. Okay, so now that you identify, or now that you've gone through what codependency is and maybe that you could be, this next part is what kept me going the last 4 years. And this is something that comes through CODA, through the organization of Codependency, and it is called the 12 Promises of CODA. Once you have recovered, or through recovery, you can be promised that these are the beautiful blessings that are going to come your way. And in every meeting, they will read these, and in every meeting, I just remember thinking, that's come true. That blessing's come true. That's come true. And you'll see after reading all 12 that this sounds too good to be true, but I'm the living proof that it is absolutely possible. I can expect a miraculous change in my life by working the program of Codependence Anonymous, as I make an honest effort to work the 12 steps and follow the 12 traditions. Number 1, I know a new sense of belonging. The feeling of emptiness and loneliness will disappear. Number 2, I am no longer controlled by my fears. I overcome my fears and I act with courage, integrity, and dignity. 3, I know a new freedom. 4, I release myself from worry, guilt, and regret about my past and am aware enough not to repeat it. I know a new love and acceptance of myself and others. I feel genuinely lovable, loving, and loved. 6, I learn to see myself as equal to others. My new and renewed relationships are all with equal partners. 7, I am capable of developing and maintaining healthy and loving relationships. The need to control others will disappear as I learn to trust those who are trustworthy. 8. I learn that it is possible to mend, to become more loving, intimate, and supportive. I have the choice of communicating in a healthy way with my family and friends, which is respectful and safe for me. 9. I acknowledge that I'm a unique and precious creation. 10. I no longer need to rely solely on others for my sense of worth. 11. I trust the guidance from a higher power, or whatever that means to me, and I come to believe in my own capabilities. And 12. I gradually experience serenity, strength, and spiritual growth in my life. So, wow, I mean, it's just mind-blowing, and every time I read those, I just look back and I just think, yes, it was hard. Yes, it was very hard, but oh my word, I wouldn't change it for a thing. The thing about codependence is there's so many good qualities within you. Empathy, care, making sure that people are okay. It's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. You can't learn to do it. It's just in you. But we've just taken it too far. So where to from here? What are the next steps? So there are online meetings, and I just suggest that you hop onto the next one. Go on to coda.org, and they will tell you when all the meetings are. There is a Monday night meeting, which is amazing, and a Wednesday night meeting. The Monday night meeting is at 7 o'clock, and the Wednesday night is at 8 o'clock, and it's about an hour. And even if you just go in, you put your camera off, it's all good. You just listen as people share, and they'll do some readings, and you can look and just see if this is something for you. And if it isn't, it's okay. But what's great is you're going to be educating yourself on it, and you might be able to help people that you see are codependent, because this is a thumb suck, and I don't know if these statistics are right, but I think we all possess some codependent qualities. But I think that more than 80% of this world population are actually undetected codependents. So, thank you for listening to this video. I'm so grateful that you stuck through right till the end. And my hope is that this spreads and that many, many people become aware of what it is. But more than anything, take control of their lives and change their lives. Because remember, that is an inside job and only you can do it.